Hey guys, Titan Preparedness, welcome to or welcome back to the channel. Today's video we have a very interesting product for you guys. This is the Vigiga raised garden bed. This is their 9-in-1 17-inch configuration. In today's video we're going to be taking it out of the box, obviously, setting it up and explaining why you guys might want to look at something like this, which is a metal raised garden bed, as opposed to building in the ground or by buying a wooden raised garden bed to grow your next garden. But this product was sent for review, so we're going to give an open and honest review, a first look, just to find out how easy it is to set up, what we think about it. In next week's video we are going to be filling this thing and showing you guys how to fill it with dirt and how to add your compost. Trip into the gardening and homesteading style of raising our own vegetables, growing our own food, and Vigiga was kind enough to send this to us for review. We do have a discount code and a referral link, which will be down below in case you are interested in buying one. Now, as I said in the intro, this is the Vigiga or Vigiga garden bed. This was sent for review, but like everything, I'm going to do an open and honest review. We do have a coupon code if you want to buy one. If you do get interested because of this video and you want to buy one, we do have a coupon code and a link. But open and honest reviews, this is a perspective of a first-time grower. Now, some of y'all know, some of y'all don't know, but we are going hardcore on the garden this year. We've got a lot of different containers, 9-in-1 kit. So it does have a wide variety of setups that you could put it in. That is why it's called the 9-in-1 garden bed. So before we get this box cut open, I do want to talk about Vigiga or Vigiga for a second. So they have a lot of different configurations that you can buy based on your needs. So this is the 17-inch 9-in-1 modular system. If you're in a wheelchair or you have large dogs and you don't want them to get to the garden, 36 inches, that's 3 foot tall. They do have a shorter one. I think it's like 8 inches, maybe 10 inches, but it is shorter than 17 inches. They make an L-shaped setup, they make a heart-shaped setup, they make a what's known as a castle. But right now we are talking about the linear raised garden bed, again 17 inches tall, 9-in-1 setup. So why would you want a raised garden bed as opposed to just digging in the dirt? The soil. If you lived in, let's say, Georgia. Georgia has that red dark clay and nothing grows very well down in Georgia. So if you had a raised garden bed, whether metal or wooden or whatever, you get to decide what type of soil you want to put in that area. Instead of using the red clay, you can use a good mixture of compost and fertilizer. Now, why would you want this, a metal bed, as opposed to a wooden bed? So price comparison, they're about equal, with the price of lumber being what it is nowadays. You know, maybe 5-10 years ago, it was probably cheaper to build a wooden garden bed as opposed to this. So this is $169 when it's not on sale. That's a pretty chunk of money. However, this lasts for 20 years as long as it's not destroyed, right? As long as you don't destroy it, you damage it, you make it rust, it should last for 20 years. Now, Vigiga has not been around for that long, but their claims are based on other garden beds of the same material that have lasted for that 20-year span. With a wooden garden bed, you know, every 5 years you're basically going to have to break it down and rebuild it. So with this, it's a buy once, cry once type thing, as opposed to a wooden bed that you buy it and every 5 years you're breaking it down and rebuilding it. Another huge benefit to the Vigiga garden bed or Vigiga garden bed is the fact that it's only this big, right? At its maximum, it is 8 foot by 2 foot. If you go to Lowe's, if you go to Home Depot and you're getting 8 foot by 2 foot pieces and trying to build a raised garden bed out of wood, you're going to need a truck. I used to own a truck. I no longer own a truck. So with this, it sits in my lap, right? It's not that big. It's maybe 2 foot wide. And so you can put this in the back of basically any vehicle, any car, any SUV, any minivan. You can have a raised garden bed if you picked it up from the store. This one got shipped to me, so that's a great thing. But again, it's not that big, so if I wanted to transport it over to David's house, over to my dad's house, wherever, it's in a box, right? I don't have to deal with wood screws. I don't have to deal with wood and try to put wood in the back of my small little car. So it is portable, it is compact. So like I said, we're going to get this thing torn open and my wife's going to help me build it, and we're going to go through and just see how easy or how hard it is to build. All right, so let's get into it. All right, y'all, so I got my wife over here helping me out. This was all her idea, doing the garden. So somehow I still get volunteered to do all the work. Anyhow, yeah, I moved a ton of dirt by myself. Anyhow, so we're gonna pull this out and we're gonna get her opinion on, you know, how to build it and how to complete it, because you're not necessarily a building person. This is what the corner pieces look like. We've got some straight pieces in here. According to a Vigiga, there is no tools required except for the tools that they send you, which is just basically an Allen wrench, and it's a nut and bolt system. So it's supposed to be pretty simple to assemble. You can use gloves. There are, you know, it is made of metal, so there are a little bit of metal spurs. You take the plastic off of every piece before you put it together. This is just a protective coated plastic for shipping purposes. You know, it helps it keep its shine a little bit. This is a rust resistant metal. This metal is supposed to last for 20 years as long as it doesn't get chipped or corroded. So if you are using a lawnmower near your Vigiga garden bed, try not to aim the rocks at the garden bed. Now, if it does get nipped, if it does get clipped, right, let's say you get one little chip over here, that area might rust up. But that doesn't mean that it's going to affect the entire 8-foot by 2-foot garden bed. It might rust up this panel, and then you have to replace the panel, which is fine because you can buy replacement parts or additional parts on their website. So the instruction manual does show all the setup configurations that you can use with this 9-in-1 garden bed. This is the 9-in-1. And then you turn the pages, and it says, oh, instead of an 8x2, you can do a 3.5 by 6.5 or a 5x5. Or, you know, you can get the 6-in-1 kit and do different dimensions on that. So it gives you all different kinds of dimensions for what you can set up this 9-in-1 bed in.
Hey.
My bad, home skillet. These are the round pieces, the corner pieces, and these are the straight pieces. Again, you can put all 4 of these round pieces together and make a small garden bed. You can't really put the square pieces together because you have no corners. Anywho, so you get 8 of these pieces and you get 4 of these corner pieces. That is why it is modular. You can add or subtract if you want, depending on the size of the bed that you want to build. So you're going to assemble this thing, and I'm going to hold the camera.
That doesn't seem fair.
Explain what you're doing.
Explain what I'm doing. I'm putting the thing in the hole. I did not intentionally try to flip you off. No. This is hard on your leg. Okay, that's not enough. Until I do 2 ends so it has something to hold it on.
And there's a tool in there too.
I know there's a tool to tighten it down. I'm worried about getting it in a tool. There's a tool.
Alright, dear, so you got that first piece assembled. How was it doing it by yourself?
After the first one, it's fine.
So after the first screw?
Yeah. It might have been easier if I started in the middle, so it kind of wasn't flipsy-flopsy.
They do send you a little Allen wrench key to tighten up the bolts. I would prefer a small ratchet, but other than this,
it's fine.
Yeah, other than this, I mean, no tools, no assembly required. So we're going to get this thing set up, kind of do a little time lapse, maybe talk over it, I don't know yet. But yeah, let's build this thing. Alright, so we're just finishing up now. We're tightening up everything a little bit. We got the shape going in. We've got the support bars in. I think they were maybe the most difficult part, just trying to figure out where they go. The manual shows them. It just doesn't necessarily show them how to put it in. But, I mean, you look at it a couple times and you can put it in. So this is the spare parts for the 32-inch model. This is the 17-inch model. So we've got extra support bars, a little baggie with a couple extra screws, a couple extra washers. So if you do lose things, you want to set it. You're doing a fantastic job. So this little black piece is just the ring around the top, kind of preventing kids from coming in here and scraping their arms and their hands. It simply just squishes on. It's got a slit right in the middle. The middle pieces go right in it. And then it's pretty simple. Alright, so we got the bed assembled. The last part is just taking off the excess of this little, whatever you want to call it, the safety.
Bumper.
The bumper. The safety bumper. So, assembly. It took us about 45 minutes to an hour to assemble it. We are dealing with kids and we are dealing with cameras. So, if you did it by yourself, it might take you 30-40 minutes. Two of us working together took us about 45, but we kept having to dip off for other reasons. Assembly wasn't that bad. Once you got the first couple pieces in, it kind of built itself. The support bars right here, they were pretty simple to go in once you figured out where they went. All in all, it's not bad. And we were working on a rocky surface, so if you did this on flat ground, it might be a little bit easier. No issues. The Allen tool key, it worked.
I just wish that it was a normal one.
Yeah, just, you know, it works. Don't get me wrong, and it's probably the cheapest thing that they can put in here to help you assemble it. You know, no specialty tools required. It's a nut and bolt system with an Allen key head that they throw in there. It would be nice on some of these if you had a Phillips head screwdriver on one end and then screwing it, because some of them, it took a minute to get that bite going. Once you got them tightened down, again, unlevel surface, you know, maybe we were trying to prevent it from cross-threading. But all in all, pretty simple. All right, dear, what is your thoughts on this before we put anything in it? Mostly the assembly.
The bumper's a pain.
The bumper was a little bit of a pain because these pieces overlap and the bumper only provides a little bit, so you got to wiggle, 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 and then drop the bumper. You don't necessarily need the bumper. In a couple years, it's probably going to wear off anyway. But again, we have kids that are probably going to be reaching over this thing, so if there is a metal shard, at least it protects it. We didn't wear gloves the entire time, so we didn't cut our hands.
That's fine.
Yeah, that was fine. Take the plastic off, put them together, right? It's a very basic, simple system. Yeah, now we're going to go move this to where it goes. Cool.
It's recording this time.
I feel like I'm deadlifting. Are looking at picking one up, please use our links and please use our codes. Again, this is about 6 inches tall to about 36 inches tall. They do have multiple setups. They've got this one, which is just the long parallel garden bed. They've got the castle, which has 2 hills on each side. They've got the L shape, the heart shape, right? So they've got a lot of different configurations for your garden bed needs. Again, we do have referral links and we do have referral codes, so if you are interested in one, please go pick it up. They say they last for 20 years, so who knows, in 20 years we might put out a video discussing it. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to go check them out and check out our gardening videos that we are doing this year. The first year we're getting into raising a garden. So that's all we got for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. T2 out.